All right, hello everybody. We are back for hole number 6 here. I do believe we are going to be doing hole number 6 with probably a Titan ball as well. Now I do recommend, if you haven't seen my other guides out there, definitely going out with some power. The accuracy thing isn't going to really come into effect, so don't worry about having the best Cataclysm, the best big dog. Not going to be important because we're going to be playing a hook, which means that you can keep the ball with precision. You just want something that has 100% curl. I even believe, now if I put on, say, a Berserker ball and go at it that route, I do believe that I can sniper the ball pretty easily. I think I can still sniper the ball with a Titan. I just have to be aggressive with the way that I play this hole. A little bit more aggressive. But for the average case and for the average drive, I'm going to want just a little bit more distance. So the Cataclysm is going to be a nice safe bet. And this is the way that I suggest you guys play this hole. Now I've heard about guys that are trying to go for that third fairway up there too. It's not necessarily necessary. So, for the most part, especially for my guides, I'm going to take more of a minimalistic approach. If you can execute something easier and at a higher success rate, that's what I'm going to walk you guys through. It just seems like the smart thing to do. If I can almost virtually guarantee an eagle from the second fairway, why go for the third fairway? It's kind of one of those things. So here you see me with a Titan, and you can see I'm not going to even add very much topspin at all here. There's 3 bars. I do believe that's going to be enough. Just 3 bars. And there you see, perfect ball. Let's see how this turns out. Now, I do like to typically keep it to the left, and that's why you see me kind of aiming over here to the left. It gives you a nicer angle. If you're over on the right part of this fairway, you don't quite have as nice of an angle to go for the second shot. Now I do have a walkthrough in, I think I've got this 2 out of 3 times. So the only time that I didn't get it, oh wow, I think I missed this hole in my qualifier. Yeah, that's the biggest reason that I think. So I didn't get this in pro. I made a mistake on my ring calculation, but ever since that first attempt, I have been spot on. I just kind of under-adjusted my Cataclysm. And of course, my Cataclysm on this count is a little bit different. I think I know it a little bit better because the accuracy is higher. It makes things a little bit easier. I do believe that we're going to play about, we're at pretty close to 3 bullseyes. It's going to be the way that I'm going to go about this. So first I'll play the wind, and I need at least 7 rings for the wind. So you're going to see me put about 7 rings into the rough. And I do believe, well, actually, you know what? I can't do this first. First I need to establish how much power I need. There's 3 bars. And that seems about where I want to go. And then I'll put 7 rings in, like I said. And then I'll just stack bullseyes. So 3 bullseyes from that point. It's the way that I do it, which is 2 stacked on top of the 1. And don't necessarily use my adjustments, because if you don't have a Cat 7, then you don't have my accuracy. And as you can see, it's more than enough. More than enough. When you swing it in hard left, right like that, it's going to come in with all that extra momentum. And that's why, you just want to gauge how much that you need. And as you can see, you don't even need, full curl. All you need to do is barely get it on the left side of the green there. I got it more towards the pin. So, I can come in a couple more rings, but don't necessarily use my rings, because if your accuracy isn't the same, it's not the same. So you might want to use, I do believe I do this on rookie, with a very similar shot. I wouldn't use my Masters, but as a rule of thumb, you probably, if your Cataclysm's around a 50 accuracy, then you want to go at least, 2.25 bullseyes, 2.2 bullseyes, using my method, my adjustment method. So you'll come in 8 rings on what I just did. But it only looks like you're coming in. You could probably take my reference point and it'll probably be spot on, because that's kind of what I'm mentioning. Since my rings are smaller, it probably goes out to about the same point. But you really don't want to go off of reference points at all, because unless you wind up in that same fairway spot I did, you're not going to use that target. That's one of the biggest mistakes people use, is they'll say, oh, well, I can't calculate that. I'm just going to use his reference point and aim at where he aimed. That's really a big mistake. So it is going to work out, maybe half the time, 3/4 of the time. But, any variables change. Say I'm on the right of that fairway versus the left. Say I'm a little bit short of where I was instead of right where I was. All that's going to change the way that it hooks. So you need to keep that in mind and not use reference points. That's one of the things that people always ask me, well, so-and-so guys say that they're using this as their aim point. Well, that's good for them, but they're not calculating anything, which means that, they probably shouldn't be going for that shot if you're just going to say, oh, I'm going to always aim here, or what happens when the wind changes angles? Like, that's not going to help you, because the way that you're going to adjust the shot is going to be different. So what I suggest you doing is taking my method and just replicate what I'm doing. If you make a mistake, record it. Go back, watch the recording, and then just fix it next time. You can see almost from any replay how many rings you're off by. So let's say you go, out there 3 bullseyes and you hit a full slice there. You'll easily see that you are off by 4 rings if you hit the rough by 4 rings. So just something to keep in mind. And that's why I put these guides out here Monday. You guys don't have to qualify Monday. You don't have to qualify Tuesday. Of course, this guide's going out Tuesday because I just ran out of rounds, but I have other guides out there. That's the purpose of Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday. It's a practice round. The most 2 important rounds are the weekend and the opening. The qualifier doesn't even really have much weight. The odds of you tying another guy in the first round, the second round, plus albatrosses, plus eagles, very low. So I wouldn't even take, qualifier round too seriously. You just need to qualify anymore in this round. So I would just, mess around, figure out your own ring system, how many rings you need to go, and then, however you want to do it. You don't have to use my bullseye method. You can just count rings if you want. You can just, take your driver from the edge of the rough and calculate a certain amount from the edge of the rough, and then calculate some for your wind. That's a perfectly fine method to do it. Just always do it. That's the biggest advice I can give you. Never just say, I'm going to aim here no matter what, because it's going to change. You're not going to be in that same fairway spot. Just keep that in mind, and good luck with that 6th hole. I'll be setting up hole number 7 here shortly. So good luck.